Hey, it's Brent with another question from a reader. It says, "Hey Brent, loving your insight. You're truly an inspiration to all men." Okay, well, thanks. I'm glad you think so. Okay, here's my question. When you say not to pursue or not to reach out to women, are you saying to not approach women at all and just wait until they approach us? Just a little bit of clarification would be great. Okay, so no, you can still approach women. In fact, what'll happen is when you get this whole thing, when you start being this certain type of guy, there'll be a mix of that, okay? So you'll still be approaching women and groups of people, and also when you're not approaching, they'll be approaching you. So it'll be a great balance. Okay, so here's what I mean. This all goes back to me telling you guys kind of the psychology of people in a room and how humans actually live and what their daily lives are like. You've heard me say it before, that their lives kind of suck, they're kind of boring, you know, people aren't doing what they want for a living, they're bad at relationships, all that kind of stuff. So you understand the state of humans when they're out is, you know, my life sucks and I'm out to escape from it, to escape from all my problems and issues and so on. And what they really want to be is happy, and they want to be carefree. This is where you come in, okay? So approaching people with the vibe of, I'm here to help you have fun and escape from your life that I know is pretty boring, and I'm here to give, and I'm not here to get, I'm here to give and help you have a good time and just have a great time and meet new people. That's the thing that is attractive, because you're acting carefree. So think about that. You're approaching them unlike 99.9% of other men and people for that matter. So you're approaching in order to help them escape from their normal lives, which is why you're going to show them how being carefree is possible for them, because you're going to be living proof of it. So you're living proof that you can have your problems all handled, and you can have a carefree life, and you can not care about the outcome, and you can just have a great time and celebrate life. Okay? So here are the things that you're not going to do, just so I can be clear here. You're not going to approach the way other guys approach. Most guys approach wanting something. The only reason they approach women is to get something, in order to get, right? That's why you have an anxiety around approaching, those of you who do. Because there's only anxiety attached to wanting to get something, being afraid that you're not going to get it, and then in fact being angry when you don't get it. There's no anxiety attached to giving and helping. I hope that makes sense to you. It should. It's pretty logical. Okay? So, you're not going to approach women where you're trying to get a phone number, get attention, get acknowledgement, get a date, get laid, get a wife, get a girlfriend, okay? That's what shoots you down. Honestly, guys, that's what it is. Your vibe. Remember, women are experts at being hit on. Their whole life is about being hit on by cheesy guys who all say a version of the same thing. In fact, that's why when you see women and they're kind of looking like defensive and maybe even defeated, of like, oh God, here comes another one of those idiot guys going to say the same thing. Don't they have anything new to say? You know, and they can actually feel that vibe, that desperate, wanting, needy vibe, right? When you approach and you know what I teach, okay, being this sort of guy who women pursue, and the sort of guy who believes he's sexy and confident, is coming from the right place and is going out, in fact has changed the reason he goes out from one of I need to get to I'm going to give. Then, you know, being that guy is attractive enough. Even if you never said anything sexy, even if you were never direct and you never bantered and you were never funny and whatever, just the fact that you're walking around being the kind of guy that everybody in that room wants to be and is carefree, that is attractive and seductive. Okay? And then anything else you do is icing on the cake, because it's backed up. In fact, anything you say, even though there are things I would tell you not to say, everything that comes out of your mouth is more powerful and backed up by this sexy, confident vibe that everyone finds attractive in some way, so they want to be near you. So I hope I'm making myself clear. So I also think I need to make clear that things that you need to stop doing, okay, and stop saying. So when you go into a conversation, I want you to stop giving empty compliments to women, okay? So these are the things that just don't work anymore. And I talk to thousands of women, and they keep telling me too. It doesn't, I mean, look, I call it like I see it, I call it like I hear it, and I call it, you know, from my own experience from 25 years of going out. So, you know, this isn't something that I just made up. This is stuff based on evidence, okay, guys? So, you want to not give compliments anymore. Okay, so you don't want to say, oh, you have the most beautiful eyes. I mean, I was standing next to some guy recently who said that. You have the most beautiful blue eyes. And of course, he bought the girl 2 drinks, and she was like, okay, yeah, see you later. I mean, look, they don't want you to compliment them. Look, it would be nice if we could, okay? But see, other men have ruined it for you and us, okay? We can't do that anymore. So stop over complimenting them. Stop buying them drinks in order to get them to like you. Now, if you're at the bar and some girls are with you, I have no problem buying girls drinks. It's the classy thing to do. But don't do it in order to get something, okay? In fact, if you're seeing some hot girls and you just want to buy them drinks because you feel like you're that kind of guy, then here's an effective thing. Say, what are you guys drinking? Oh, we're drinking champagne and a Cosmopolitan, whatever. Just order it and say, okay, there you go, and then turn and walk away. No guy ever does that. I guarantee that most of the time they'll probably hunt you down and say thank you for the drink, thank you, what's your name, they'll be chasing you, okay? Gives them an excuse to do it, actually. So that's another thing. Okay, stop asking women for their contact information. Stop asking them for their phone numbers. It's irrelevant anymore. You should be giving out your contact information if you feel like it. So no more saying, oh, what's your number? Can I get your number? And, maybe we can continue this conversation. Maybe we can get together sometime. Guys, every guy on the planet says that. It doesn't work anymore. And even when it looks like it works, it doesn't work. You have no power. You've actually given the woman a power she doesn't even want. She wants to be interested. But in those conversations, remember that most women don't have a chance to be interested. You know why women don't pursue you? Here's the bottom line. Women don't pursue you, and you can come up with all these excuses like, well, Brand, women won't do that, right? They don't pursue you because you never give them a chance to be interested. You know why? Because you're too busy trying to get them interested in you. You're trying to push and, oh, let me do this, and then let's get together and let's do this. You're trying to get them to do stuff. Just leave them alone and let them be interested, and they will be chasing you and asking you to do stuff. Okay? It's real simple to me. Anyway, getting off. Let me get back on here. Okay, so no asking for contact information. If anything, you want to give them your contact information, okay? And it's very simple to do it. The key to giving out your contact information to a woman is not to draw attention to it so that it seems as if you want her to have it or want her to call you, or put her in a position, okay? Because remember, she's been trained and socially programmed that reaching out to a guy first is not socially acceptable. So you want to make it really easy for her to do that. You want to offer it in a very social context. And I know that you guys out there who are very direct and you're thinking, okay, how will she know that I'm interested if I do it in a social context, and how does she know what it means? Listen, women are expert at being hit on. They're expert at being hit on, and they know, okay? So no matter how you give it out, if a girl's interested, she reaches out to you. And guess what? Here's the great thing about women reaching out to you. Women don't reach out to men they're not interested in. Only men they like. Now, there could be an exception to that. If you've told a girl, we're going to be at this party later, just shoot me a text if you want to, stop by or whatever. Granted, but she might bring her girlfriends and one of them might be interested. So basically, you got to stick with that whole thing. So here's how you do it. You want to just say, what's on the agenda for tonight? What are you guys up to later? What's up for this weekend? What crazy stuff do you got going on? And they're going to tell you whatever they tell you. And then you might have a little conversation, but either way, you're going to just tell them what you're doing. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. We may just hang around here, or we may have an after party, or we may go to another club, whatever. I don't know, just shoot me a text if you want to know about it. If you don't want to know where we're at. It's just shoot me a text, okay? It's very simple, guys, okay? Now, she's either at that moment going to take out her phone, and she's going to put your number in it, or not. And you have to be okay with either one. Remember, this is about being a guy who's pursued by women and a guy who's confident. He would never, so don't say, well, you're going to take my number, or you need to get out your phone. I'll put it in your phone, give it to me. None of that, okay? Now you're pursuing. When you say, shoot me a text and I'll let you know about that thing, shoot me a text and we'll let you know if that place is any good, shoot me a text and I'll let you know if the champagne party, after party's going on. Leave it at that. Let me tell you, it's super effective. Okay, so let me just move on because I just wanted to touch on that. Stop asking girls out on dates. Stop asking them to get together. Okay? Again, traditional dating, no longer relevant. Girls just want to hook up. Stop asking them, and stop asking them to hook up. The thing is, give them your information. Sometimes, and they'll let you know if they want to hook up. And even within those conversations that you have with them, they may indicate that they want to hook up with you. They may say, well, what are you up to later? Where can I find you later? Oh, I'm going to be doing this, that, and the other thing. I don't know. Just, shoot me a text in a couple hours. Unless you're asking me to leave now, right? Unless you're asking me to leave now. Right? Now, saying that isn't pursuing. What it is you're saying it kind of funny, you're saying it kind of under the radar, and she has a choice. She can say, well, actually, yeah, that would be great. It gives, and if you've got a comfortable vibe, they're going to feel comfortable saying that. Or she's going to say, no, that's not what I was saying. You go, I was just messing with you, right? you hold all your power. So you're still not a creepy guy. You're still a very confident and powerful guy. Okay? So you want to stop doing that. Okay? Stop traditional dating. Stop all this stuff. Now, any girls that you guys already know, I'm kind of going on with this topic a little bit because I'm on a roll here, but you know, any girls that you're currently traditionally dating, stop doing that immediately. Stop reaching out to them. Stop going on dates with them. Just stop. Just stop. Stop the madness. Okay? You're wasting your time. If you want a life where women pursue you, you have to stop pursuing them. It's very simple to me. You're a logical guy, right? All of you guys are logical. Supposedly, we're more logical than emotional, right? That's what they say. So doesn't that make sense to you? I think it makes sense. Okay, so this was all about approaching, okay? That's why approaching in the way that I teach it in when I teach you how to be this certain type of guy is not considered pursuing. So, no, don't stand around in a corner and use that as an excuse to not interact with people and not socialize, because if you're not really confident, that's what you'll do. So, but it doesn't mean that you have to be on all the time. So that's one last thing I want to mention before I go here. So knowing this doesn't mean that every time you go out that you have to be the mayor, you have to be the party, you have to, you know, sometimes helping people escape from their lives is just being low key and having fun conversations with them, but you're just maybe standing next to them at the bar and you don't have to be all excited and buying shots and stuff like that. You could just be a normal, relaxed guy. But you still have the vibe. See, when you have the vibe and you've got this stuff together in your head, you can do either one. And in fact, people will still come up to you and approach you and say, hey, what are you doing? What's going on over here? You know, women will come up and tap you on the shoulder and do all kinds of crazy stuff. So anyway, listen, I'm going to end this. I think I've given you enough information for today. I hope I answered your question. What I would suggest is the only thing that you guys should really be focusing on, especially if you're beginners right now, is the only thing that would not be considered pursuing is approaching. Everything else is pursuing. So showing too much interest, asking for phone numbers, asking girls out on dates, walking around and grabbing girls and touching them and stuff like that. When you have the right vibe and there's an agreement that she's interested, you can touch them and do all this other kind of stuff, but I'll get into that in another video. So approach, get out there, live your life, help people live theirs, and think of, if you have approach anxiety right now, think of approaching as inspiring, okay? So if you want to live in a world where there are no games being played any longer, and women and men are just open with each other, and if a woman likes you, she comes over and tells you, and no one has to play a game anymore, then you have to be the example. You have to live it, be it. Show them it's possible, so that they sort of think in their head, wow, that's possible, that's the kind of life I want to live too. You're either part of the solution or you're part of the problem, okay? So, look at it as helping, inspiring. You're changing the world here, guys. Seriously, this has far-reaching effect. You're causing change, okay? So think about it like that, and I'm done here. I will talk to you guys later.